What up?
What's up? What's up?
Did we already start with a freeze? Oh, there you are. I can hear you. Oh no, we're off to a terrible start.
Is it still frozen?
Nah, it was just kind of jumping on and in. I don't know.
Right,
Maybe it was
well,
me this time.
Oh, really? What a shock. The shock is not that it was you, that you admitted it was you.
No, I said it might be me, but it's probably
Oh, yeah.
not. We
Probably
can always
not.
ask the chat. It's fine.
So what's happening?
This is week 12 of battling with your lightning strike internet.
Telling you,
intermittent.
unbelievable. They have to rewire it from the main building.
They need to do something.
I don't know what that. I'm going to ask them again today. Every week it's the same thing. So what am I going to do? Anyway, got a good show today. Stevie Fresh on.
Stevie Fresh, finally. We get some good guests here.
Yeah, we do. What, you saying Rudy wasn't a good guest?
No, it was great.
It was good.
It was great.
Yep. Put the woo box up. We'll tell them the rules.
Already? We're not even gonna no.
Well, yeah, we will, but just put it up, and then we'll go forward. This way, you don't have people saying, "Where's the woo box?" That's a wheel.
Yeah, that's associated with the woo box.
Put your name in the woo box. In about an hour, we pick a name. You become a contestant. Then we spin the wheel, and there's two spots on that wheel that are not favorable. One is a whammy, the Miguel whammy, we call it, in honor of Miguel, the first whammyist. And then we have the whammy shammy. And if you get landed on that, you get a Perception versus Reality podcast chamois. And
Miguel whammy, you get a notch.
We
got 14 notches up there. I can't wait to draw
15. I think today's the day we get the 15th notch.
That'd be cool.
Yep, got to have another notch.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, and we'll do a practice spin in a little bit.
Like
to make sure the wheel, like right now, I'm gonna take grip sack. You've been doing grip sack. I'm gonna snatch it right out from under you.
All right. Well, I'm going green.
All right.
Actually, I'm going light blue.
Light blue. New ball.
New ball and whatever the other side is. Ball cup. Yeah.
Ball cup. New call. New ball. Ball cup. All right.
I gotta fix this. This is got a loose peg.
See, that's why we do a practice spin.
You got to do the maintenance.
In case there's a malfunction.
Yeah, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose the peg mid-show. That would have lost the peg.
You could take your eye out.
It would have just launched the peg somewhere. And I'll be like, oh well, I guess we're just making one big spot now for there, wherever that was going to be. All right, I think we're good. All right, light blue,
spin.
and you're taking grip sack.
Grip sack, light blue is a big spin. Let's see what happens.
Ooh,
there it is.
I was gonna pick chamois. Dang it.
Yeah, well, it's a chamois. Anyway, so we know the wheel works. You know the rules. Today we got Stevie Fresh on. We're going to talk about the Guru, which is really a forefather for a lot of our other cores. The Guru's got a lot of good things on it, like the finger scoop. It's got protrusion. It's pretty cool. A lot to it.
A lot of history with that and the design, and it's
and some of the benefits of the differentials. So he's got a lot to talk about.
How it was targeted before. I mean, this core is processed like 13 years ago, something like that.
Absolutely.
It's still being used today.
Yes, and it's in a pearl version. So, we have the news to talk about. We'll do a little news when you're ready.
Let's do the news.
It's the striking news. Bowling news and views from around the world with your hosts, Brunsnick and Phil Cardinelli. It's the striking news.
Today, Nick's mom, we call her Brun's mom. It's her birthday today.
That's absolutely right. She turns 80 today.
Wish her happy birthday. To Brun's mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Brun's mom.
She's not watching. Her distaste for you is stronger than her love for me.
Wow. That's scary. That's not nice, but okay. After I wish Brun's mom a happy birthday.
Well, it was for me. That was for me.
Yeah, for you. Okay.
Don't mind me. Still loopy.
If you watch the women's bowler, you're still loopy from your dentist visit.
Yeah.
If you watch bowling last night, the women's tour, Dasha Kovalova finished third.
She did.
She bowled good. She shot 220 and lost. That's terrible.
That's tough.
Here's what's interesting, though. I watched that, and then I was on the way home from the league last night, or bowl league, and we were on our way home. I'm watching. I'm thinking about the show. So she finished third. She got $22,000.
That's great.
The guy that finished third in the men's U.S. Open got
$25,000. Yeah.
So you would say, wow, they're getting comparable. Well, the lady that finished fourth last night got $17,000. And the men's that finished fourth got $15,000.
Yeah, but now do first versus first.
Wait, I didn't get there yet. The person in fifth got $13,000. On the men, they got $10,000.
Okay.
Sound pretty good until we talk about second place. The woman that finished second last night got $30,000. On the men's, it was $50,000.
Yeah.
And the winner last night got $60K, and on the men's, it was $100K.
Yeah.
So I did another little more research, and PBA earnings for the year. So EJ Tackett's first with $297,650. Boo Crow was in fifth, $137,000. Graham Fa is in 10th with $105,000. And Spencer Robage was in 15th at $69,000. So, I looked at it, and I went on a Facebook page that had some of that stuff posted. And of course, the fans jump in. And, one of the things about the internet that I hate is that there's no checking. You just write whatever you want, and
say whatever you want.
50 people can agree with you because it's their opinion as well. But they talked about, well, the reason basketball and golf have such higher salaries as professional athletes is because of the manufacturer's product registration money. There is none. The NBA has zero product registration. The PGA has zero product registration.
So where do they get all the money, Phil?
Well, they get money from sponsors because the product they sell.
You mean the players don't have to pay extra dues?
No. And the product that they're selling is worth what the sponsors are willing to pay. So here's the problem we have. And it's just a little bit of a rant on my part. We pay a product registration, and I'm going to use an arbitrary approximate $150,000 a brand number. So if you have a brand, you want to register $150,000 in product registration. Then you have to pay incentives to the players for making TV shows, or you're building into their contracts, which is similar to what a contract would be with NBA or with a sponsor on the NBA or PGA. That's similar. It's probably less money because the network it's on, or the visibility or the viewership is different. So you pay for what it's worth. So if we took the 7 brands or 10 brands or whatever it is that are involved in product registration, we give it to the PBA. If that's going into the prize fund and that's what's supporting it, we got a problem. Because you can't keep raising the product registration and lowering the quality of the tour. Now, I don't mean necessarily the quality of performance on the tour. I'm talking about viewership and events. There were days we had 36 events. Right. A long time ago. It was 36, 39 events for the year.
Yeah, when you sponsored the tour for the year, you got a sponsorship for the whole year.
Yeah, it was worth it, right? You paid your product registration, which was a lot lower then. Might have been like $25,000 a brand. Oh, and by the way, if you did that, you got a national event.
That's fair.
Right, you got something. Now you don't get that. So when they wonder where the money's coming from, we already put a lot of money in as manufacturers. The problem is that they don't go out and get. They have not found viable sponsors that are put up the big bucks like this. Now, the reason that the Open was higher is USBC took money from its members and put it into the US Open. And the USBC took money from its members and put it into the women's tour. I don't have a problem with that. It's their organization. They can do whatever they want. But that's why those events are bigger than the PBA events. If they combine forces...
Because they're pilfering?
I'm not saying that. If they combine forces, the two organizations, and made nice, you might have bigger and more valuable events, and maybe you have more sponsors coming to sponsor it, possibly.
I mean, could an organization like the PBA be considered nonprofit, not for profit?
No, they're not. They used to be. They used to be nonprofit, the PBA.
Yeah, but it's for profit now, isn't it?
Right, because you have ownership now. Different. Before it was a membership organization.
Right.
Now it's owned, and they have to show profit. So apparently, Bolero, with all of its bowling centers and all of its money, is not putting any money into the PBA worthwhile to make it noticeable where a sponsor would come on board and say, I really want to be the sponsor of the PBA tour or of an event or whatever. If you think about it, they have a sponsor for this one that's owned on this week, an ice cream company, I guess it's called, or something, which has an interesting format, by the way, for the first time. It's really different. It's pretty cool. You have A squad and B squad, Division I and Division II, and the cut is only within the squad you're on.
Oh, that is cool.
That is cool. Right. Top 32 from each squad advance.
We should sponsor the tour. Me and you,
the podcast. There was Perception versus Reality tour.
Yeah. I mean, it's bigger than their next biggest offer.
It's probably second. That's right. Exactly.
0.
And they'd get exposure every Wednesday at the #1 podcast on Wednesday afternoon at 3:00.
Yeah, I mean that's a prime time slot.
It is. Look how many people we have watching today, and then they watch the tape delay. Zach Wilkinson finished second in the World Championship. If you watch that one, he ran the table from the extension ladder all the way up to the show. Ran the show, and then on the last ball of the year, he left a 4-9. Yeah. And you know how that works. If you don't strike on the last ball of the year, nobody remembers you.
It's rough. Brutal.
It's brutal.
To just need pretty much a mark to win. Yeah.
Gone. Yeah, that was a bad break, obviously. Almost we had some regional winners.
That we did.
Blaine Winninger.
Oregon
PBA
guy.
50 Spokane Classic.
Hammer boy.
He's
been on Hammer as long as I can remember.
Has he really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he one of your guys when you were on the West Coast?
Well, no, because Ebonite owned Hammer back then.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
But he'd always been with Hammer when I bowled the West and the Northwest.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I gotcha. And then Ben Robinson, PBA Lucky Strike, Manassas Open.
Manassas
Open. Manassas. I wrote down phonetically and said it wrong.
Manassas
Open. Those are two winners.
First regional for him.
Was it his first win? That's good.
Yeah.
Nice to get that out of the way. Anyway, that's all the news I have, but I do have the new segment.
Let's do it. We almost need like a segment intro for this one too.
I think we're all right this way.
It could be like a shorter one, like "Here comes the saying," and that's it. I'm sure somebody will come up with something.
Exactly. So here's a good one, right? Medieval times, because those are the best times for these things, because they had things they said then, and then now they carry over, and people say them not knowing what it means.
I'm a big fan of medieval times. The Blue Knight for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you've heard the expression "give someone a cold shoulder."
Cold shoulder.
You've heard that, right?
Yes, I've heard. Yeah, and I know what it means.
What does it mean?
It means to basically ignore somebody.
Incorrect. How's that?
Okay.
It's a story of a bad guest breaking the hospitality rules of medieval times.
Okay.
So medieval times, hospitality was very important. You went to the castle and they had a big
soiree,
dinner,
feast.
guests would receive a grand meal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What happens when they overstayed their welcome? So when they overstayed their welcome, they would be served leftovers such as cold shoulder from a mutton from the previous night's dinner.
Yeah.
So they would say to them, give them a cold shoulder.
Okay.
How's that?
So that's to tell somebody to politely
Yeah.
saunter off.
When you're getting the cold mutton shoulder the next day, you got to be out of there. Go pack your travel tote and vacate.
Yeah, because in medieval times they couldn't play the airplane game because airplanes didn't exist.
No,
do you know?
that's right.
Do you know what the airplane game is? Is when you stay.
I do not.
It's where you take off.
Take off. Time for you to take off.
Yeah, it's time for you to take off.
Yeah. So people in the old days, medieval times, overstayed their welcome in the castle. The next day, the king or whoever was the ruler of the castle would tell the servants to serve them cold mutton shoulder.
That's a good one.
It is a good one. It is. We got more. They'll be coming every week.
Do you know what mutton is?
I do. It's a type of a lamb, a ram, a sheep.
What part of a sheep?
No. Mutton is a breed. It's not a cut of meat.
Oh, okay.
It's a mutton. It's a like a sheep, a ram, a goat, like that. So, one more thing while we're on this segment, I got this gift. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My I have a mosquito mister around outside. It goes off every so often.
Sure.
Keep the mosquitoes down, right? And the guy that runs it for us is an entomologist. He's not just a guy that does mosquito mister installation and not know. He knows the stuff to put in it. It's all organic, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he drops this off at my house for me. He tells Laura to give this to me and not tell him who it's from. It was supposed to be a surprise. I woke up getting ready to go to work. She says, "Oh, Lindsay, her name is Lindsay, dropped this off." It's pretty cool. It's called the Albino Bowler. And it's an action figure. A man, a myth, a legend. The Albino Bowler action figure. So it has you press the button in his back and his arm swings, and there's a ball, as you can see there, that you can attach to his hand. And this is from 2002. And it's got a whole story in the back. A legend began on a crisp night in 1974. A small 2-lane alley, blah, 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 the whole story. And then at the end, it says, he struck for a while and then never said a word. And when people wanted to approach him to have him join their league, he vanished out the door into the night.
Looks just like you.
No, it doesn't. You know what it looks like?
White hair?
No. It looks like, and I'll tell you a guy, Art Trask, a name from the past.
No, it looks like
he had the big half afro with the big sideburns, and then
it looks like Milky from Me, Myself, and Irene.
Don't know that. So
it's a great movie with Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So that's it for today for the news and the little segment we have for the sayings and a surprise gift.
It's a wonderful thing. I'm going to post the Woo Box again before we bring Steve on and get into the whole reason why we're here today. Not just to talk about mutton, not to be confused with mutton chops.
Mutton chops, same thing.
Why do they call them mutton chops?
Because of the shape of them. A lamb chop. That's what that guy has. Look, he does. He has them. Look, you got the big mutton chops.
How can you tell? It's white on white.
No, you can tell when you look at it in person. It's mutton, and he's got pink eyes.
Yeah, they make.
I'm gonna put this in my collection behind me, right under the leg lamp.
That's perfect. You should put a little, put it on the wall, like put a little nail on the wall and like hang it up.
Underneath my Joe DiMaggio baseball.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Hall of Fame up there, so
I do.
you might as well put Dick the
Put him in
bowler, Dick the albino bowler up there.
Dick the albino bowler. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
All right.
All right. Post the woo box again. You did?
Did. Ready for
I'm ready for Steve-O.
All right. Steve, what up?
There he is. Look how tan he is. Look at him. Look at that tan guy.
Look at you.
Is that spray on?
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. No, little time at the beach.
Beach was good.
Beach was great.
Where do you go to the
Good
beach? Virginia?
No, we went down to Carolina Beach down by Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay.
Caught a couple bluefish in the surf.
You did. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
never caught bluefish before, so.
What'd you catch him on? Use a spoon?
No, I was mullet, salted mullet.
Oh, cut mullet,
Yeah, cut mullet.
and you put him on a bobber.
No,
popping cork?
just
No, you
fishing
just
off the
bottom?
bottom.
Really cool. Wow.
Yeah, normally I catch a little shark, but
Yeah.
so I was excited.
Good.
Happy birthday to Nick's mom,
Nick Brun's mom.
That's
Brian's
right.
mom,
Brun's mom. Brun's mom. 80. Wow.
80.
So caught him on mutton.
Put him on mutton chops. Did you keep the bluefish? You let them go.
Nah, I let them go.
Okay.
It's too much work.
Well, if they're about that size, they're nice.
Yeah,
Slay 'em.
that's about what they were.
Yeah, it was a good size.
Yeah.
Did you only catch one fish or
Yeah,
two
I
fish?
got two.
Yeah.
Redfish.
No
Bluefish.
redfish, but they seem to be biting pretty good up towards Outer Banks, I think.
Oh, the Outer Banks for the redfish?
Yeah, I saw a
Yeah.
lot of TikToks of the redfish,
Yeah, I love redfishing.
people catching a lot of redfish.
Yeah, we go with Wyatt and Wyatt Moore and Kevin and company. Brent goes when we go, and we have quite the fishing excursion.
Yeah, I've never caught a redfish, but they look like they would be fun to catch.
They fight.
Yeah,
They're strong fish,
yeah,
and they're good eating too. It's a flaky meat. And it's really good.
yeah,
I love catching redfish.
yeah. That would be fun.
Yeah, that's my nickname on the boat, Redfish Phil.
What?
I just love red fishing.
Wow,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway,
Redfish.
good deal.
So-
yeah.
All right, so we got some memory lane to talk about today, don't we?
Yeah, we're going down memory lane. Well, when I started thinking about what type of presentation, it just seemed fitting that we talk some history.
Absolutely.
So feel
we
free
can't
to
talk-
jump in.
Can't
So
talk about-
when did Radical? Was that 2013?
With Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
with Brunswick.
With Brunswick it was, right.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was. I just wanted to
Yeah.
verify before we get too much into this.
Was it 13 or was it 12? I think it was 12.
Well, 12 was when we started the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the first ball was the Yeti.
And the Reacts.
Reacts and the Yeti. And before that we had the Torrid
Yep.
and the Torrid Affair. But yeah, the Reacts and the Yeti were the first. But I think the Guru was 13.
14.
I mean 14.
14.
Yeah, 14. Right.
Yep.
Well, we can't talk about where we are without talking about where we've been. So let's get right into this. Yeah.
A lot of that today. So, yeah,
All right.
it seems like to being a well-received ball. You guys tell me otherwise, but
No, that's a great ball, and the dynamics of the ball are fantastic.
I love the colors.
Yeah, well, they come out really nice.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. The gold and the black, and it's really, really nice. And the cover stock adding that pearl, the HK22 pearl
Cohesion.
cohesion,
Plus.
HK22C plus. Yeah, is the cohesion part of it was pretty cool because that added a little more friction down lane to get the ball to the pearl eyes made it go further down the lane with the projection additives, and then the cohesion made it a little more responsive down lane. And I know the first time we talked about it, I said, well, it was a little more sweeping hook, and then everybody that threw it said it was more angular. So what do I know?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, this core's always been a
Oh, it's
hooking
strong.
ball.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was the hookingest ball we had. I think it was the first ball to go into the 60s when Bowler's Journal was doing the hook rating.
Yeah,
sure was.
I think we got as high as 65.
Yeah, at the time that was the most hooking ball on the
It was the
planet.
most hooking ball on the planet. That's right.
I still have that shirt that I custom made with the giant Mo and Phil characters on the back.
You made a custom made shirt? That's shocking.
Back in the day, yeah. Are you kidding me? It used to piss off all the other reps when I was at demo days, like the super demos where
Yeah, they
everybody
didn't have
was
the
there.
good shirts, did they?
No. Well, no, everybody had option for shirts, but I had the Mo and Phil character on the back of my shirt, the entire length of the shirt, with them, with you guys saying that the Guru is the most hooking ball on the planet.
That's right.
So it was very obscenely large, and I never wore it outside of the bowling alley.
Well, that's where it got you where you are today.
Is it?
I think it is.
I'm pretty sure a car got me where I'm at today.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, the Guru paved the way for a lot of future cores, didn't it, Steve?
Yes. And I've went back the last couple of days and read through a lot of emails. Just trying to get my mind around what was happening at the time, and it really kind of made me really grateful for just being a part of it from way back then. 2008, I started with Mo, so I've been kind of reminiscing a lot the last couple of days, and then just to think about, because for me, the Guru, like, I didn't realize that the Guru would become such a popular core. Like, there was so much happening when this ball was created that I don't want to say it was an oversight, but it was just, we were so busy with so many other things and then this core just became, I think we rode this core for a couple of years after.
Oh, absolutely. We had a couple of versions of it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One of the things, and I should have thought about it. I didn't. I had a lot of stuff going on this week, but pull up the original drill sheet.
I have
that had the balance holes in it.
I have it.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh,
we'll talk about it.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's what's interesting about it. That when we first designed the core, we used the balance hose to blow up the dynamics, and the 044 total diff was very unique at the time, being that low. Because most of the asymmetrical balls that were coming out had higher intermediate diffs. Higher total diffs.
Total.
Yeah, we had a low total diff.
And we started, though, in the 050s with this ball.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, so you go through the whole presentation.
Yeah, this is kind of the grandfather in my mind here. So, yeah, all of the I had to do slight modifications of this core to get it to the manufacturing specifications that we use now at the plant. So, but essentially this is the exact same core as before. And I have ran all of these layouts with the old core and with the new core, and the numbers are identical. There's no differences between it. I extended the nose just very slightly because I couldn't help myself, and I just have a little bit of just the bottom of the band is sloped just a little bit more to help with airflow in the molds. So just some manufacturing changes, but it's essentially the same. So so you can see that this is how we designed it back then. This core was called Pinocchio.
I remember that, right?
Yeah, and actually this is a core that Mo named without me asking for a name, because I hate naming things. I'm not good with names, but this is one of the first ones that we really had that large nose on it, and we called it Pinocchio. But yeah, max flip layout puts that thumb right in the middle of that nose.
And again, that's if you look at some of the new drilling sheets we have, like with the Evil Eye or Vexed, the same concept. We just didn't realize.
I look at this also.
Yeah.
There You back?
Yeah, I'm back. Did I go away?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Not really.
No.
Right when you were
maybe
starting,
it's Steve now.
but
no, what I was saying, Steve, is that hitting the node like we did on this one, a protrusion, we didn't advertise it as much because we really weren't into understanding the whole concept yet. And now with the Evil Eye and the Vexed, everything is based around that. Hit the protrusion or don't hit it.
Yeah.
And look
I'm
at
looking
that
at the core angle
diffs too.
What'd you say, Nick?
Look at those diffs. The intermediate's doubled.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. I'm looking at the axis migration on that last ball too, and we always talked about core angle. If you look at a 3.5 inch pin, that angle is about 45 degrees roughly. I don't want to do the calculations. I don't even know where my calculator's at. But then when you look at the third from last dot where it crosses the pin to spin line, that's 1.5 inches maybe.
Okay.
So the core angle, so this core really just lays down as it's migrating, and that affects, spin rates and
right.
And the way that the mass migrates. So yeah, and it has everything to do with the diffs. The diff ratio is close to 60, but it's an 035, 059. So the ellipses that are going around the pin are so tight that we can get a lot of core angle decrease, and get that core to lay down. And
right.
Steve, do you want to take questions as we go or wait till the end?
Yeah, you can. I turned off the chat, so
okay, we'll do it at the end.
Concentrate on both. I lose my.
Yeah. We'll
so yeah, you
try to get the questions
whenever.
at the end. Yeah, we'll try to get questions at the end.
Yeah, you can do it in the middle. I don't care.
Oh well, okay.
Whenever there's a good question. The next layout, you can see we still get a fair amount of diff change, intermediate a little bit. 45 by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not quite the jump in the total diff.
Yeah.
Kind of stays the same. Differentials in the intermediate go up a little bit. Nothing crazy. All right. So there was a question about performance diff when it comes on the sheet here. What's performance differential? Can you give a quick little summary on that?
Yeah, the performance diff was something that Mo liked to. We were studying that a lot. It's basically the hypotenuse of the right triangle when you consider the intermediate diff as one leg of the right triangle and the total diff as the other. I wish we'd have had diff ratio on there, to be honest with you. I think the diff ratio tells us a little bit more, but Mo thought the performance differential was a more accurate way to talk about the overall possibilities for reaction of the ball.
Well, thanks to this podcast, we have both.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So the max flip, then the most versatile, smoother motion. Now we're cutting the diffs.
Yeah.
Now you can kind of see that the RG contour is going around the PSA. And I don't have the PSA marked on this, but it's shifted towards the thumb. About 1.5 inches, something like that.
Sure. All right. And then
very similar to what we've seen, over and over. Yeah.
Pin down. This is one we use in the videos for Throwbot.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. This is slower revs, less revs, slower ball speed.
Yep. I have a ball here. I got one. I'm going to drill it like that.
Yeah, and I just find that every time you talk about that on the video,
right?
It just surprises me. But I mean, you can't argue with Throwbot. I mean, you could, but
well, the beauty of that's why we do it. Other companies they preach some of the things without actually showing the results because they don't do this. But every time we do it, and you put it on Throwbot, the low speed, low rev player, their numbers are greater with pin down balls. Yet people still haven't bought into it. I see people come out of a pro shop with a strong ball and saying, man, I can't get this ball to hit. Well, you know what? We've been telling you this for 150 some odd episodes. You know, don't drill it pinned down if you're low speed or low speed, low rev.
No.
You know, I'm sorry. If you're rev dominant, you know, you want to drill a ball like this.
If you're low speed, low rev, you want to look at drilling pin down.
Right.
If it was just one time it happened on Throwbot, fine. Okay, anomaly.
Yes.
But it's pretty consistent with any of the asymmetric bowling balls.
That's right.
For the low speed, low rev, that the pin down it hooks more in the back. It continues better through the pins. Less roll forward. So that's how you get a ball to strike more. You know, Mo always said the ball has to slow down in order to strike. Well, if it slows down too much and rolls forward, then you're gonna have a tough time striking as well. So, and then the old short pin.
Yeah.
Numbers are almost pretty close here between the two.
It's just where they hook on the lane and how they go through the pins.
Yeah. Well, that 40 by is just going to start up a little sooner, but the hook window.
Right. Yeah. Well, the intermediate diff is 14 on this one. I think it was, what was it on the other one? 18. Yeah. And the diff is 29 on both of them. So on this one, you're going to have a little, on this one, you have a little longer hook window. You know, the 014 will keep the ball, you'll have more transition from the skid to the hook.
Yeah.
You know, and the hook to the roll.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. So like I said, I've looked at all types of emails. I was reading things that I've totally forgot about. Normally when you know, a lot of times Mo would just say, I would like to see this and I like to see this and do whatever else you want. And so, you know, we had been with the Yeti.
Yes.
And with the Reax version 2, which was prior to this ball, we had been messing around with the idea of the nose a little bit. And the next slide I'll show you. But then for this core, which is why we named it Pinocchio, we really embraced the idea of let's make it as prominent as possible.
Just real quick, Steve, somebody asked how to calculate the performance diff.
It's the square root of the intermediate diff squared plus the total diff squared.
And that's that's the performance diff.
The performance diff, is the square root of intermediate diff squared plus total diff squared.
There you go.
Just like the Pythagorean theorem.
Yes.
So normally I would build a core, get it somewhat shape-wise the way I wanted it. I never worried about numbers so much. I'd get them fairly close, but knowing that I was going to have to change it, I just tried to get an initial core shape. So I sent Mo the initial core shape on November 27th, 2013, and it was completed. It was really completed a little bit before Christmas, but it was like January 2nd, January 3rd, somewhere right around there that I was actually able to finish the adjustments I needed to make after Brunswick needed some changes made. So this is probably, you know, this is back in the days when I would work a lot of New Year's Eve just because my wife always fell asleep early. And so this is probably, I almost guarantee I was working on this on New Year's Eve, 2013, just to have it wrapped up. We actually created two versions. We were initially targeted the 050s, but back then we had balance holes. So when we had the double thumb, the 65 by 4 by 30, we were above 080. So we had to cut it. We had to drop it down. So we dropped it down to 018, 044. And we also made another one, at 014, 034, that we never ended up using. We didn't need it, or we just never went that route. But it's in my files. I have it.
Well, you know what? Maybe we should bring that back out and test it.
Yeah, tour version. Guru Tour.
Yep.
No, that may be a good idea. We have to talk about that. Yep.
Okay.
But Steve, touch on the finger scoop for a little bit. This is one of the balls that had it.
Yeah. Can we go to the next slide?
Absolutely.
Okay. So this was the plan for 2014. And I don't remember what's IRD again?
Information
international
release date.
International. That's what I thought.
No, just information
release date, not international.
So what's INT IRD?
That's international IRD. It goes to overseas distributors first because they need more time to get the balls to them. So they get the information first, and then it goes on the boat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So definitely the finger scoop. Oh man, when I was reading through my emails, I had more difficult time finding emails for Guru than I did everything else going on, which is in a couple slides. But you can see here that by this time we had already been using this finger scoop. You see the Yeti, which was introduced sometime in 2000 and earlier 2013. I don't think. Yeah, it had to have been 2013 because we Radical combined with Brunswick,
right?
2013. So earlier in 2013, we had been the Yeti, which is the picture on the left, and you can't tell, but towards the PSA, you can't tell on the band, but it actually slopes down, so it's bigger on the right side, on the PSA side. You can't tell. I mean, I have a Yeti here, and you can barely tell, but we were thinking along those lines at that point, like, let's make the end of it, the band, a little bit bigger on the Y axis, so our thumb hit it more. But that was very preliminary.
Right.
Now I have the Grease Monkey up also on there. The Grease Monkey was a symmetrical ball.
Yep.
And had the finger scoop. Now that was similar to the Reax because our first core was the Reax core, which was using Moe's offset pattern.
Yes.
And basically the idea of that was you have the top and the bottom pucks or knobs or whatever you want to call it, and then the main body was shifted a little bit towards the PSA side, and that's to help with the asymmetry, to get a little bit intermediate diff, but also we were thinking that our thumb is hitting that core, so we wanted denser cores to make our fingers more prominent, or our thumb more important to changing the numbers.
Because two-finger bowling is a fad.
And then the Reax version 2 is on the right. And I don't really remember the Gusto, if that was which cover was on it, but you can see that we cut off the corner, or we cut off the 45s on that band. So actually, when you look at the Yeti, let me see if I can. When you look at the Yeti on the negative PSA side back here, the band didn't come out this far as the PSA side. This is the PSA side. It's hard to see, and so this side comes out just slightly more. So we tried to shift the band a little bit towards the PSA. And then when we got to the Reax, Nick, can you take me back?
Yeah, sure can.
When we went to the Reax, we kept that same idea. We kept the band, but now we definitely shortened it on the negative PSA side, and then tried to stick that nose out a little bit further. So we were thinking along the lines, but we hadn't quite. I mean, we knew why we were doing it, but we didn't quite know how much we could get out of it. Okay, so by this time I was doing my analysis in my software, and in my work, I always look at kind of the way that the mass of the ball changes as it goes down the lane. Okay, and we had a measurement that we always looked at, and for that measurement we called it the reactivity index. And when we got to the Guru, it blew up. Like we started figuring things out at this time. Like this, like during this time is like, especially now when I'm looking at all these emails, this was like the age of enlightenment for us.
Yep.
This whole time period here was like, we were like learning so much. Every core we were learning a ton. So the React version 2 the React version 2 is kind of like a little concept of the React core combined with a little bit of the Yeti band and idea. And then we cut those 45s off that band so we could stick that nose out a little bit further. We didn't call it a nose back then, but we could stick that band out,
right,
the PSA a little bit bigger, a little bit farther, so our thumb would hit it a little bit more.
You know, all of this was going on, and we had to wait until about 3 or 4 months ago before somebody did something innovative with that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it.
I know.
But yeah, 2014. This was all pre-Guru. So
right.
So the next slide. This, like when I looked at this earlier yesterday, I was like, this I have a hard time reading these old layouts. Look at these old layouts. They're like,
oh, I know it.
We were at this time too. Mo was like coming up with, like, he was telling me all the time. He's like, I want to try this layout. And I'd get irritated. Like I wouldn't say anything to him, but
right.
It was like, another layout. Come on, man. Like, but he was on the hunt for these layouts. So we see the old layouts on top, and then we shortened everything because it was just too much. So we shortened everything to the new layouts on the bottom.
Yeah, it was a little bit excessive.
Yeah.
You know, and it was only because the Pro Shop guys were becoming overwhelmed with it. And then it got to the point where a lot of guys didn't understand it. You got to understand, at this point, dual angle layouts were just becoming popular. You know, so a lot of guys that didn't understand them, the Pro Shop guys, were just ignoring a lot of the layouts simply because they didn't understand it. But now, you know, they're in it, and we sort of went back a little bit now because we have at least 6 layouts on some of the balls that we're coming out with, whereas we had cut it down to 4 to make it a little easier.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then when you combine dual angles with the balance holes, like Absolutely. The P3 and P2.5, like I came up with that notation because I needed a way to talk about the location of the balance holes, but I wanted to keep it concise. But it was a lot. It really was a lot. But you can see the layout D is the 65 by 4 by 30. Everything we did was based around that layout. When I say everything we did, when we compared every ball, to the 65 by 4 by 30 layout because we knew that gave us the largest increase of diffs.
And it uses,
we would drop that ball down. It was an 050, 075.
Yeah, total diff was 075.
And it uses the double thumb, Phil. You're a big fan of the double thumb, aren't you?
Yes, I have one right here, as a matter of fact. Mo hated when I did this, by the way. I used to say to him, the only person that can use a double thumb is if they had a hand that looked like that.
well, now the double thumb, if you were actually born like that, you can take advantage of the double thumb layout.
That's right. That's exactly right. So if you have 2 thumbs, that layout will work for you, and you get your intermediate, your total diff up to 075.
I wonder if I got like a thumb implant, like an extra thumb, just so I can have the advantage, because, you know, my rev rate's going down as I get older.
And people don't understand what 075 is, though.
And not only that, Phil, the 075 is one thing. That's crazy. But look at the intermediate on that layout. 050.
Yeah.
Insane.
050.
You know, and people that would drill that say to me, I drilled this layout with a double thumb and I can't get my ball a hook. And I would say it hooked before you actually saw it going down the lane. It hooked before the arrows. and was rolling forward. You know, but you know, the beauty of the Guru with that finger scoop is the total diff doesn't blow up. I mean, if you look at some of the numbers from the now, when we get to it, the total diff doesn't blow up because of the finger scoop. We were drilling into the top of the core, and the way we had scooped the core out, your fingers never hit the top of the core. So the total diff didn't change much.
I'm going to post the Woo box one last time for everybody.
Yeah,
you got 10, about 8 minutes. 8 minutes to get in.
Yep.
That's all. And for everybody just joining us, the Radical Pinocchio is not a new ball. That's just what they call the original Guru core.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a deeper look at the layouts.
Yeah. These were the newer suggested layouts.
Right.
And
in the balance hole era.
Yeah, the balance holes. And I look here, and I've changed the way that I mark some of these locations, but you can just barely see the low RG shifts and the high RG shifts if you look real close, the little red dots. And then I did not mark up the blue dots. Mo would get upset when I'd leave the dots that size because he couldn't see them. We got a little bit of, if you look at that layout B, the 70 by 5 by 75, that's kind of close to one of ours now.
Yeah.
Still.
It is.
And the total diff dropped way down.
Yes.
Intermediate went up a little bit, but.
Yeah, it's kind of in line with what is current. I think the current one is 29 and 23 or something like that.
Right. We have to, yeah. The key to this whole ball, though, what we found out over time was that by not blowing up the total diff, you can increase the intermediate diff, which shortened your hook window, but it didn't roll forward as quick because it had a lower total diff. If you blow up both the total diff and the intermediate diff, that ball is rolling forward. That hook window gets shorter and shorter and shorter. So the goal here was to create a ball that had a strong enough intermediate diff to give you some back end reaction, but not too high a total diff so that the ball didn't roll forward. And it would hit better, it'd go through the pins better.
So what I'll be interested to hear is the ball back then versus the cover stocks that we have today. I think the ball will be received better today because of the cover stock technology.
Yeah.
Than before. I think this core was maybe too strong for the covers.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of options with the covers. So we built the Guru Oracle first, and that hooks a lot. But now, now we're dialing it in so that maybe you got a more usable version of it for everybody on a house shot or in lead conditions where you have friction. The Pearl version is really shocking. I told last week Seth Gosson drilled his that afternoon, shot 811 in league with it. It was just the way it went through the pins was fantastic. And we have a pretty good hooking bowling center. The ball hooked a lot, but it didn't burn up. And I think the cover stock is what's helping this core a lot.
Cool. So then post Guru, the Yeti 2, I was actually working on the Yeti 2 before I started working on Guru Pinocchio.
Yeah.
But I finished Guru first, and then I went back to Yeti 2 and finished it because I finished it. I think it's on the next slide, but I think I finished it in February. Well, I know I did. I wrote it down February 2014. So we were juggling so much. At the next slide, I'll explain. But then the next core there in the middle, that's Pinocchio 2, which for whatever reason, we ended up calling it Donald for some reason. And then we changed the core name to Quacker. And that is the ball and cash. So I don't have any clue why I don't know. We never did that. That was the only core that we ever changed names. But
yeah, and I don't know if we even made that core. Did we make it?
Yeah, it's cash.
Yeah, that ball was strong.
That's cash.
That had you had to have a lot of volume to use that ball.
Yeah, and that might be another good option for us later down the road.
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
I think that ball came out, I believe, in 2016, or it was either, I think it was 2016.
Yeah, Mo was into. He would get in a constant battle with the Bowlers Journal with Vern Peterson, trying to get that number as high as we could on the hook rating. Mo felt that more hook was better, and at the time, yes, it did. But nowadays, more hook isn't always the best thing because of the surfaces we bowl on and the amount of oil that's put on the lanes and how dry the dry part is. You know, and you got to understand the evolution of the lane machine over this time was huge. The evolutions were huge, where the lanes are now cleaner. The picture it's painted on the lane is more definite. The back ends are squeaky clean. So a lot of times that more dramatic ball motion with the heavier cover stocks turns into a ball that can't be used by a lot of people. So
yeah, and that's, I think, partly why when my design mind is on, it's I keep thinking about less total diff.
Right, exactly right. You know, and we got into that with the last few balls, having the ratio between the intermediate diff and the total diff being 3-1, so that you're increasing your intermediate and your total at the same time. You can make different versions of the same ball.
Yeah.
You doing looking in archives there?
Yeah, I really miss these, man. I have all these printed. I love these things. They're a way for me to go back in history. It was 2017.
Right.
The beginning of 17 is when Cash finally came out because, like I said, we were writing Guru for a while.
Oh, yeah. And if you look at that core on the right, the ridiculous core, you'll notice that looks a lot like the No Doubt core. And again, that was part of the evolution. That was our first super symmetrical, and we didn't even know it at the time of all of the impact of the balance holes and where you put the thumb and so on. So then when we developed the No Doubt, which is a great core, that's a matter of just getting different cover stocks on it. That ridiculous core was really, really fantastic. And that was the first version of it.
Yeah. So you can clearly see the nose on the Yeti 2, clearly see it on Cash.
Yeah.
And I put the ridiculous on there because that was the precursor to the whole Katana series.
Exactly right. Yeah, people don't understand that was a symmetrical ball that led to the concept of the asymmetrical Katana series, which was fantastic. That's unbelievable ball.
Yeah.
Katana.
All right.
Yeah, so I thought, I don't know, I just thought people might be interested in some of this. We actually tried to file a patent for the finger scoop in September 2013. I think sometime around 2015 is when we learned that the examiner did not like the way we implemented this technology, so we were denied. But the whole time that I was creating the Guru Pinocchio, we had a patent symbol. That's what we called it, because we actually created a unique core to test for the fingers for the patent. So it ended up becoming like, I don't know, spindle, or it became one. We manufactured it after a while, but yeah, I was creating that ball at the same time. I was creating, like I told you, the Yeti 2. I was kind of on and off with that core for a while, and then finally finished it right after I finished the Guru. And we were studying no thumb. We were doing work with no thumb using the Yeti and Grease Monkey.
Right.
So I have all types of layouts with just placing the fingers in various places. We had this was way early with no thumb work, but and we've talked about no thumb layouts before. They're just so difficult to.
Yeah, and it's only a fad. So I mean, why put that much work into it? It's going to be gone soon.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like I said, Mo was creating new layouts. It seemed like it was always like, man, I need you to make this.
Yeah.
I want to see this layout. And it might be, it might change the VAL angle by 10 degrees. And I just like, man, come on, you're killing me. Like we were like, I don't even know how I was doing my normal job because it was, this was a busy time. We started working on the Pinocchio 2 core in April 2014, right after.
Well, a lot of those kids in your class during those times, they didn't finish college. That's how you did.
Yeah. Did you ever get called down to the principal's office while you were in class because Mo was on the phone?
Yeah.
Not once, but I did have a student teacher for a while. That was really nice because I'd sit in the back and work on bowling balls.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there was a lot of emails. I saw a lot of files where we were testing the Guru against the Reaction version 2.
Yeah.
The Mastermind, the Forterra, and the Deviate Thug. So, and I know we've talked about, how we get different cover stocks and we'll test different cover stocks, but a lot of times we had we were fortunate enough to be able to, compare against some outside of our brand balls, which was always nice.
Right.
And I would even, I'm sure Brunswick knows, but I would actually run my analysis against those cores right there and compare where we were at. And we knew we had something special with Guru, but I don't think we fully understood because there was so much else going on with the patent, and it was 2013, 2014. So it's like, I think with being new with Brunswick, like Mo was like pushing, he was just trying to build.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, we needed to spend a little more time in those days like we do now with the analysis and stuff like that so that we understand it better. But right now it got us to where we are. And right now Radic was on fire with some of the stuff we're coming out with. I mean, you look back in the Evil Eye, the Outer Limits core, these are staples. If the Vex core is great, Torpedo, all of these things are derivatives of what we did in those days. Had we have studied them more, we probably would have got there quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would have spent more time in class working on this stuff, Steve, we could have been here having this conversation.
It's all because you didn't have a student teacher.
Yeah.
We could have been having this conversation 8 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll blame the school district for this.
Yeah, how dare
you. And it's like, I wish I understood cover stocks more.
Right.
Because the cover stocks really are, just a big difference now.
Yeah. And, it's funny because somebody asked a couple of questions about cover stocks versus the cores. And they were asking if you would, and Steve doesn't have much to do at all with cover stocks. He designs the cores and then we figure out what to wrap around them. But the cover stocks nowadays allow us to put, I don't want to say less dynamics in the core, but more control dynamics in the core because we can accomplish a wider range of motion from that ball by using different cover stock options that we have. What Steve's talking about, the days of the Guru, we had a Carmen Salvino cover on that ball. And we only had one version of it and it hooked a lot. So we had to build cores that maintain their rotation longer because the cover stocks wanted them to start rolling forward. Now we can go the other way. We can build cores that have more dynamics and back down on the covers or increase the covers depending on how that core is designed. So when Steve designed cores, we give him a target where to fit them in. And then because we have cover stocks coming every day, there's something new coming out of the lab. So we're able to say, okay, I need a ball for January. This is what we're going to do. And this is the cover stock we have. So, and a lot of the cores we're using today, we can use again with different cover stocks simply because the range has gotten so much greater nowadays because the chemists, and we have real chemists, are doing such a great job. You've seen them, so have I.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to match the core with the cover
than
today.
It is. That's exactly right. It is so easy.
I think back in the day, a lot of the cores were just too strong.
I agree. We had to do it. We didn't have cover options.
Right.
Now we have all the options. So you're going to start seeing more and more lower differential balls coming from us because we can do more of the work with the cover. And have the core dynamic truly do what it's supposed to do, rather than have to beef up the cover to get a ball to create motion. So we got it going now.
I mean, in a way, it's made my job easier, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's, and especially with how much we've learned for what is this, 2026? So 13 years or more.
Oh my God, yeah.
Even longer than that, but 13 that we've been with Brunswick. So
sure. When you say something about the cover stocks, we have additives that if Steve gives us a great cover stock, and a lot of times he'll give us a cover stock and the numbers look fantastic and the shape is good because we can control the core. Yeah, the cores are great. The shapes are great, and we know we can control the differentials because of protrusions and the drill sheets, that we can take a cover stock and just put additives in it to dial it in. So that makes it so much easier.
Yep.
Wonderful. Why don't we do a top 5, and then we'll look at maybe some more of the questions. If you want to take a look at some of the questions right now, Phil, and we'll go through that. How about that? Sound good?
That sounds good.
Sounds great. All right. Well, this one is, close to home because I had a procedure this morning, cracked a molar. Is that a molar?
That's a shark's tooth.
It's a shark tooth.
Is that a molar?
Yeah. So they were going to try to just do a filling, but it's too close to the nerve. So we got to get in there and do a root canal. So these are the top 5 things in bowling less fun than a root canal. Believe it or not. So these 5 things give me more pain and suffrage than
a root canal?
Sitting in that chair for 2 hours, which I have to come back for on Monday because.
All right, we heard enough about your trials and tribulations at the dentist. Suck it up, Buttercup.
I couldn't suck it up because I had the little suction thing in there.
I'm going to the dentist on 2 hours.
Oh, my knee hurts. Oh, I couldn't bowl well. My thumb's swole. Oh, it's too hot. Oh, my skiers. Oh, no. Yeah. You're the crybaby. Anyway. Here we go. Number 5.
Number 5.
Listening to someone talk about the look they had, but they still miscut.
Yeah, how many times do you hear that? That drives me crazy. I had a great look. We just finished 60th.
I had a 750 look, but I only ended up going like plus 30.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. So what does that mean?
Exactly.
They're easy.
Maybe they're blind. They couldn't see what they had.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, it's just like, ugh. Meanwhile, I just want to get to my car because I probably miscut too. So just leave me alone. I'm going to lunch. Anyway, number 4, getting asked for a free ball.
Oh my God.
Put me in the chair. Had both. Put me in the chair. Number 3, and this one, they get more and more painful as we go. Number 3, hearing Phil whine about Olive Garden, even though he steals recipes from there.
That doesn't happen. Absolutely, that does not happen.
It's like, oh my God, okay, we get it. You hate Olive Garden so much.
Well, but you love it so much. So
clean plate club every time we go.
You know that's a lie.
That's not a lie.
You're going to become Pinocchio. I have never cleaned a plate at Olive Garden.
Yes. The first bet you lost.
I did not clean the plate. That was a salad bar plate.
You cleaned the plate, and then we ordered dessert. You insisted we get the little Zeppoli. Anywho.
Which were a big disappointment, by the way.
They were delicious. I might get some for dessert tonight because I'm feeling
like I need Jell-O and Zappalas.
Right. Yeah. Number 2. Randos making obscene comments to any female bowler on social media. So if you see it all the time, and it's just like the biggest cringe craziness you see. It's like you realize like you're posting on a public forum here on your own personal profile, and you're just it's just bad.
Well, that's what's wrong with social media. It's part
just
of it.
yikes. And what could number one be, Phil? What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know? Any ideas, Steve?
No.
I have no clue.
No. Number one, hearing that string pins are going to ruin bowling forever.
Ever.
It's usually by the people that haven't bowled in like 30 years.
Yeah, but those are the same people when they put synthetic lanes down said, that's not bowling. You're bowling on a tabletop.
Oh, that's a carnival game.
That's a carnival game. We're never going to bowl on that. And all the wood lanes went away.
They're still mad about the smoking ban.
Exactly. Well, I enjoyed that one, though. I used to smoke a cigar when I was bowling.
You enjoyed the ban or you enjoyed the rule?
No, the rule. And I enjoyed bowling when they had. I hated the ban.
No, yeah.
I'd bring a cigar and put a cigar in.
Well, I was only like 14 when they banned it in California, so
yeah, right. Well, that's California.
Didn't matter.
Yeah,
they couldn't sell me smokes until I was 18. Just kidding. I don't smoke.
That last one's a good one. That's going to ruin the game forever.
No, string pins.
And now we got. Urethane was bad for the game. I said something back in the early '80s that
I told him
that was going to be banned. Look, they finally got around to it.
I've been telling you for 40 years now that it's going to ruin bowling.
Ruin bowling. Told you.
Lanes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oil machines.
Yep. And our governing body has figured it out.
Yeah, they know exactly what people are going to score based on the oil they put on the lane. They know.
They have an excuse when they don't hit the number.
Right. They put more spin on it than a two-hander.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. They do. There's more spin on that explanation than a two-hander.
Right. It's beautiful. All right. Did you find any questions while we were up there or no? No?
I found one. I think it was Cardinal.
What time?
2:54.
He was asking about, I believe it was Cardinal.
Oh, okay. Right.
Which I'm a long-time supporter there. What is the purpose? 331. What is the purpose of the notch at the bottom? I think he's talking about these.
Oh, okay.
Little notches when the second it's a multi-part molding process, so the core gets built, and then when the outer core goes around, it actually sits in the outer core mold like this, so it flows. Wait a minute.
That's the bottom.
Yeah, so these just allow material to flow around
and allow for air to escape as well, because up and down.
Right. Can you make my larger again?
You are larger.
Or largest, so you can see this.
Right,
well, you can see it.
Can we make you full screen?
Yeah. There you go. Once you see that right there is because air got trapped.
Right.
So the Yeti did not have enough draft on the bottom. I needed this to be drafted more to prevent.
Yeah, that's right. So the air bubble created that.
Yeah, it created an air bubble. So the inner core got in the mold this way, got poured here.
So did you run the models on that? Is that going to flare less or more because it has that air bubble underneath the top there? How much of a difference in differential is that going to cause?
Nothing. No effect. We'll say that.
All right, fine.
So yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Do you see any other questions? I mean,
one of them, same guy, Cardinal. He had the nose is where the nose is. Doesn't that take your PAP into consideration if your aim is to hit it? So when we look at the drill sheets, and we try to lay the ball out, for instance, with the Vexed or the Evil Eye, we'll tell you where the protrusion is, and if you want to hit it or miss it. But the layouts will put you in that spot based on your PAP and the drill angles. So it's not something where you have to worry about. If you follow the drill sheet, you're going to hit it the proportion that we want you to in order to control the diffs, intermediate and total diffs.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that was clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to shift it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
You see any others? It's hard for me to read all these.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
So here's that question about, Steve, how many times do you design a ball and the core and cover fight one another? Fortunately for Steve, he's not involved in the fighting part.
Yeah.
That's Phil's job.
That's Phil's job.
Yeah, and we know right away, if we get a couple of balls in, we get the same core, a couple of different covers on it. And we have a little range, especially if it's an unknown, like a brand new core, we'll probably test 2, maybe 3 covers on it as a start. If it's a core we've been using, I usually know where to go next to get the motion we want, to change that motion, whether we want it a little sooner, a little later, a little sharper and everything. But on a new core, we'll have 2 or 3 covers. And by fighting each other, it just means that maybe it's not hitting the target that we want. So we'll alter it with projection additives or friction additives to get it to hook in the right spot on a house shot for an average bowler. So not every bowler is going to be satisfied with that ball coming out of the box. Throw it and adjust the cover. But if you stick to the drill sheets, which has always been a thorn, I guess, in my side, when I get people that they say a ball didn't perform the way they wanted, and you ask them which drilling they used, and it was not one of our drillings. And then they want me to help them fix it. I can't help you. That's why we put a drill sheet out.
Don had a question for you, Steve. Where do you see core design going in the next 2 to 3 years?
Man, that's a good question, Don. That's a good question.
I mean, it seems like everything has been a version, and you learn something from a version and apply it to the next one. It's almost like a different generation. You got your Pinocchio 1, Pinocchio 2. You made changes based on what you learned, and now we got the protrusions, and now we're learning a lot more from that.
Yeah, unlike some of our competitors, they throw some stuff at the wall, hope it sticks. We have a plan. When Steve and I talk about next year, which we are already well into when it comes to core and projects, it'll be a typical conversation would be, what I'm thinking about using the base from the hitter core and maybe extending the nose and making the top this way. And then it'll give me a certain drill pattern or a different drilling effect. And then we'll talk about that a little bit. And then that's usually how the conversations go, and then there's also the time where Steve will try to reinvent the wheel. I mean, it's something that we're not using already. Like we're working on a symmetrical ball, and we don't want to be as super symmetrical as we've been on some of the balls we have. So there's where he's on his own, and the conversations are usually that way. And then once we get the ball, then we start looking for a cover stock. So it's a lot of it's based on, for Don's asking that question, a lot of it's based on what we're doing right now.
I like to think that my analysis helps us pick a cover stock quicker.
It does. Oh, absolutely, it does.
Now, for me, my mind, because I'm about to build at least 2 cores, right? 3 cores.
Yeah, 3 cores, right.
One of them I've already built in my mind. I know exactly what I'm doing. One.
Yeah.
So when I was at the beach, I was thinking a lot about this, and I am going to try to reinvent something here.
Sure.
And of course I'm combining pieces. The noses will always increase your intermediate and total diff. You can blow up the diff with that nose. But I think up until the torpedo, I didn't think about the bottom of the core enough. I think it's not that I ignored the bottom of the core. It's just that we were so focused on the band and what the band and the nose could do for us, and the finger scoop. We spent a lot of time at the top. We spent a lot of time in the middle.
Yep.
And with with the torpedo and the boat, there are some things that I discovered to complement the nose. So now how do I take that in the next 2 or 3 years? That's a very interesting question.
Yeah, we and on top of that, just to make it a little more complicated, the chemistry guys are doing chemical things. So now, they're coming up with additives and formulas that we have to make sure we take advantage of what they learned. And a lot of times the cover stocks that they come up with, we have to back down on some of the dynamics of the core because the cover stock might be so good or so different. When HK22 came about, that just tipped the whole industry on its side. It did something no one else's cover stocks could do.
Yeah.
So now we have to figure out. And I remember we tested some of when we get a new cover stock, we like to take the known fact, and a known fact might be a core that we have. And this core rolled really, really good. We put HK22 on it. It rolled like dog, because the cover was too strong. It rolled forward at the end of the pattern. And no matter what we did, now I'm taking the good cover stock. Hey, Steve, build me something that's a little less, intermediate total diff ratio. And then he goes into the drawing board and knocks one out. Next thing you know, we have a home run. So it's constant juggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a theoretical question for you, Steve.
Okay.
So if you go to the beach and you say you're on vacation, but you spend the whole time thinking about cores and work, are you truly on vacation?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun.
Did you bring your laptop?
No, God, no.
So you just
collect any seashells that look like cores.
Yeah. Did you take some home? Did you draw some on the bar napkins? What'd you do?
No, I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, right.
No, it's just it's all thinking. It's all thinking.
All right, we got some other questions here in the chat. Steve, do you have your own ideas on designing cores?
I don't understand that question.
I mean, all these are your ideas, right?
Yeah,
I mean, kind of derived from past works and collaborations with Mo, and then you've come up with your own stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even when Mo was around, really the only thing I remember Mo telling me for the Guru was just he wanted a nose, like he wanted that nose to stick out there as far as possible.
Yeah, it had to stay inside the ball, so you had some parameters.
Yeah, that's half of an inch. I cannot get closer to the shell of the ball than half of an inch. Other than that, all these scores have been my own.
Yeah, absolutely.
My own ideas. I've been thinking about the axe core a lot. I've been thinking about Mo and I used to talk about the ideal core as well. And
just 1 second, Steve. You said axed.
The axed
core. Yeah. It's not the same ball that Hammer has.
Oh, I didn't know Hammer had an axe ball. The evil eye.
Yeah, the evil eye core. Right. We called it the axed core. Code names for the cores.
Yeah.
Because when he's giving us a core, it doesn't have a ball name yet.
Yeah, my bad.
So far in advance.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to let people understand that.
I thought the Hammer axe the whole time he was talking about that. I'm sure everybody in the chat did too.
Yeah.
Well, then I definitely want to clarify my words because I have no idea what the axed ball looks like.
Yeah.
I do my very best not to look at other brands.
Right. Yeah. So sometimes we have to, as soon as I can come up with a name for the ball, I'll let Steve know right away so we can switch the name and not get confused.
Yeah, because I don't have that paper in front of me, but the core that I need to build now is coming out in, is it July of next year?
Yeah, I think it's July.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So there's a question from Jim Young. What about using multiple core materials in the same core? Lighter material for base core and heavier for the outer protrusion. Yeah, I mean, denser nose. I mean, what would that do? Put your, hard nugget as a nose.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nice to have the concept, the execution sometimes become a problem.
Yeah.
We have to manufacture it. Pouring multiple densities in a core sometimes could create problems, and then it's a matter of what's the tolerance, when you build it, and at Columbia we used to glue pieces on the core.
Beautiful.
And that was easy. It was like building a Lego set. We had a male side and a female side, and we could put the shape and put glue on it and insert it, then put that in the mold. The problem is, as I found out being at Columbia for so many years, is when those things end up in a basket, which is where you put the cores in a basket to go to the next station, sometimes those pieces get knocked off. Then you got different problems. So, right now working a single density pour and using these shapes that Steve will come up with, the really ingenuity of the shapes is allowing us to really alter the density, the diffs, total and intermediate.
Yeah. And look, if it wasn't for HK22, I would be looking into noses that were higher diffs than the rest of the inner core material.
There you go.
But at this point, do we really need that?
Down the road, maybe, but right now, and again, we have to adapt to the environment. What people are putting out on the lanes.
Yeah.
A lot of this changed when the USBC in their infinite wisdom said, well, we don't want to check lanes anymore, so you don't have to put oil on every board. The reason they did that, they didn't have people that could go around and check the lane. So, my father would have called that lazy, but we can't call them that because snowflakes get offended. But if they didn't do that, we would have to have different core dynamics because the friction wouldn't be there. And we have to have new cover stock dynamics. But since they give free hook to everybody, that's what we're at.
Yeah. There's so much friction. I don't know if I need to have core dynamics as great as we used to.
Exactly right.
So
Charles says, given the same cover stock and core numbers, how much do different core shapes affect the ball reaction? And I think this can be an interesting answer as well, with how core shapes and protrusions after drilling really make all the difference in the world.
Yes. Well, I mean, we've studied this.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we've done this with Throwbot, like a year or two ago.
Yep.
And look, not every core shape is the same. I don't care what anyone says. Layouts matter, and core shapes alter ball reaction.
It's now that we're so far into this, like we are, I don't understand how anybody could buy a ball and not know what the after drilling numbers are. I mean, that's a little extreme saying that, but I mean, what part of the core did you hit?
Mm-hmm.
And where you put the pin here because you like that. It's my favorite spot. I always put the pin 3 3/8 for my positive access point. I always have a 45-degree angle, but the core shape is so different.
Yeah, it's either going to roll good or it's not.
That's exactly right. So you don't know. When you look at our drill sheet, you could predict what you want. It's very simple. We'd have A, B, C, D, E, and F. We even tell you it's simple.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people do it. They buy a ball and it's hit or miss.
Well, yeah, the finger holes and the thumb holes are going to intersect that core at different spots, which is going to change your diffs differently. Which then the diffs is what defines the RG contours.
Yep.
And the RG contours defines exactly where that axis migrates. And so you have the potential of having bowling balls that will not only roll differently afterwards, but the mass is going to change differently for different balls. And like we have studied this and maybe not have shared as much because it's, a lot of this is proprietary and
absolutely is.
And
yep.
But it reminded me of we called it the egg core. It was probably 2017 or 18, 19, I created a ball that looked like an egg, and we cut about a third of it so that one third was denser than the other 2/3, and then we changed the densities.
Yeah.
So both of those cores had the exact same mass properties. They had the exact same, but when I ran my analysis, there were differences. We did this with another core too, but I don't remember. We did it with one of the cores that we made. It was the offset. It was the offset. I don't remember.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
We could literally flip it upside down.
It came after the Innovator. It was the
yeah.
Oh, I can't think of the name of it right now. That was a great core too. Yeah, it's
Offset
right.
Retro maybe, or
that's what it was, but I don't know what ball it was in.
Yeah.
That's all right. How much is OWL being used? Just kidding. Yeah. How much is AI being used?
Well, look, not as much as what someone might think.
Yeah, you have your own models and you have your own
Yeah.
stuff.
I have my own analysis now.
It's not AI, it's SI, Steve Intelligence.
Nothing artificial about it.
Nothing artificial. No additives.
Not really. No. I've had numerous conversations with AI, various AIs, various chatbots.
Yeah.
Some are better than others. And I will tell you that I shouldn't. But I will tell you that up to this point, really, I have not really used AI.
That's nothing wrong with saying that. I'd be shocked if you said you did.
Well,
I mean, he's saying he's doing his homework in the back of class when the other when the other students teaching for him. So I don't think AI is doing any work for him. He's got it all handled.
Yeah, all of my programs all of my techniques I've created on my own. Now, about 2 months ago, I started talking to Claude, and I think I'm going to be able to, so I'm thinking about Don's question about 2 or 3 years. I think that the AI that it's going to allow me to do things that I didn't think was possible, but we'll see where it goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure.
Steve, did you ever have a core that didn't work no matter what cover was put on it?
I don't remember ever having something that didn't work out.
I only remember one.
Yes, I remember one. We had, and I'll tell you which one it was. It was the core before the results.
It was like an 040, 030 ball or something before.
Yeah,
drilling.
We put every cover stock we had on it, and we couldn't get it to roll good.
Did we?
I might have a picture of it in my desk now.
Down under. We never made
the hair dryer. The hair dryer core.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, that was the one. The hair dryer core. The first hair dryer. It looked like a hair dryer. Yeah. That's why we called it that. And that was the core that I put 3-4 cover stocks on it, and I just gave up on it.
Yeah, I even tested that on Throwbot, I believe, the hair dryer core.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So yes, we've had one, which is probably why we never because I created a second hair dryer after that.
Yeah. We actually banned you from the Vidal Sassoon. For looking school design of core design from that.
Yeah, that was that one. Yeah, we couldn't get that to roll good no matter what we did. And then we tried. That's when Mo was still with us, and he made a comment. Well, let's just change where you have to drill it. We had to move it an inch off the pin, and I'm not doing that. We're not going to try to educate those that don't want to be educated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot about that core.
Yeah, that was the only one I've ever had where I had to say, you know what, no. Which is really cool. I mean, this is an incredible relationship we have with Steve. It makes my job a lot easier. I don't have to worry about, well, is this call going to roll good? We know it's going to roll good because Steve's got all the notes and all the analysis, and he's got a computer program that predicts the ball's motion ahead of time, so we know what we're going to get. It's just a matter of picking the right cover stock and fitting it in a line.
Yeah, there's I think maybe next time we get you on, Steve, we just do like a full-on Q&A, because there's a lot of Q&A that's coming in at the end here, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty where we got to pick somebody to be a contestant and get on with our day here. Cool. So I think that could be something. It doesn't always have to be related to whatever core is coming out, but maybe we just brush on the next series, and then we devote more time to Q&A towards the end there. I mean, not really at the end, but make it like half the show or something, because we won't be able to get everybody's question, unfortunately, today. But anyway.
Sounds good.
Oh, by the way, when they said my comment about, somebody said Phil thought he was James Cagney with the cigar. No, that was more like Edward G. Robinson. Yeah, here's your Messiah now.
All right.
That had to be the worst casting of a character in movie history. Was they had Edward G. Robinson in 10 Commandments as the tax collector guy, who I think he was. Yeah, here's your Messiah. Yeah.
Sure.
Whatever. Whatever.
Nobody understands your references.
You understood it.
Who?
I think Steve did too. You didn't understand. We always talk about the Edward G. Robinson character. I'm getting my clock out.
Get your clock. Is everybody in the chat ready? All right.
I am now ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
First contestant is Mike McInnan.
See, again, pick a name you could say.
McInnanly. There you go. It's just a tongue twister. That's all. Mike McInnanly. You're on the clock.
McInnilly.
Mike M.
Mike McInnilly.
You're on the clock. 90 seconds. Probably less than that now. 70 probably.
Oh, yeah. Now it's pretty soon it's going to be 70 seconds.
We got a Michael we got him. All right, we got to verify. We're going to verify. We always ask what numbers in your email, and that one's kind of run its course.
What's your favorite color?
How about what are the first two letters of your email? How about that?
What's your favorite color?
See, he already knew what the question I was going to ask. He said no numbers. That's not the question I was going to ask.
You got to wake up pretty early in the morning to fool Nick.
He got it. He's good. Yeah, see, I got to switch it up every now and then. Otherwise, people know my scam.
Huh.
All right. Well, he's got it.
Blue.
Wait, are you hungry, or is those the first two letters?
It's an M&M's. It's an M&M.
All right. Well, wish you luck. We haven't given away a 3-ball arsenal. I really hope that today is the day.
Young Frankenstein. Did you make a yummy sound?
That's a great movie. That's my dad's favorite movie.
It's one of my favorites.
All right, we're gonna spin it, and by we I mean me. And I hope it's a good spin, and I hope you win something amazing.
Mike,
oh, that's a powerful spin.
Spin of the day, folks. Spin of the day. We hadn't had a 3-ball arsenal come up in a long time.
Get it.
Oh, we got. Oh man.
All right, it's on backpack. Backpack is still pretty good.
Pretty good gift. Look at that. You were an inch.
If I would have just given. If I would have had just a little bit more power, but I'm just a little weak today.
If it wasn't for that nitrous oxide you've been sniffing all day.
If it wasn't for that nitrous, I was sniffing for 2 hours in a chair.
Did you bring home the take-home bottle?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Mike?
He's saying spin again. Just bought a backpack. Put some muscle in it. I did.
He gave you the sissy boy spin.
I did. All right. Well, we're going to spin again, and you're throwing away the backpack because you just got one. Good luck.
Good luck. Oh, wow.
Enjoy your grip sack. No.
That's a super. Enjoy your chamois. There it is.
Hey,
yeah,
chamois.
baby.
Now
Saving money.
chamois.
One contestant at a time.
Now you got a chamois to put in your backpack.
And that's a regular chamois too. That's not even
it's not a whammy chamois. That's
not
just
a whammy chamois. That's just a regular
run-of-the-mill radical chamois.
Where you could have had a glitzy new backpack
that might have had a chamois in it, but
maybe
probably not.
Could have snuck one in there for you.
No.
But now you got a chamois and like it.
Hey.
But at least you got something. Not like the other 15 guys or 14 guys on the regular whammy that got nothing and liked
got nothing and liked it. So
right.
I'll reach out to you after the show there, Mike, and get your ship-in dress, and then
we'll do it.
All right.
All right, that was fun.
Fun. All right. Well, that's all for this week.
Stevie, thank you again.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see everybody next week. Yeah, we got to think about the following week. Isn't that Bowl Expo week?
Yeah, it is.
You know what I was thinking? Let people think about this. What if we just ran a replay?
A replay?
Yeah, like one of our popular episodes. Just ran it, make it clear that there's no giveaways. You know what I mean?
If we run a replay with the giveaway in it, they'll probably think like, "Hey, where's the whammies? Why is there no whammies on this wheel? Let's run an old wheel."
Maybe we'll run one of the old shows.
Yeah,
maybe the urethane show.
There you go, number 17.
Yeah, that's how popular.
I got that downloaded.
Yeah, maybe we'll just do that and say this is a rerun, summer rerun, just like your TV show goes off the air for the summer.
I mean, we can set it up. It can go live as a pre-recorded thing. It's kind of not the same, but
it's not the same. But at least it's something, right?
Syndicated, or we could just take a week off. That's fine too.
We are taking a week off if you run that. You're not doing anything except loading it.
You're taking a week off. I'm not taking a week off.
No, I'm working at Bowl Expo.
Yeah, hard work. Sitting down at a table. Did anybody get you autograph cards? Because you're pretty popular now.
No, I don't do autographs. I charge everybody $1 for the pictures they want to take with me.
Really?
Can I get a picture with you? Give me $1.
You got enough for coffee yet in your life?
No, yeah, I got Starbucks from it one time.
No way.
Yeah, it was 10 people.
Huh.
So
anyway,
it was $8.75 plus a tip.
Maybe I'll just go live and I'll just start giving stuff away until you finally realize what I'm doing. Just obliterating your budget.
I won't notice it until my budget comes in.
It's just going to be nonstop
and
spins.
Then we'll have Doge come in and start checking out where the money went.
Yeah, and then that'll be episode 154 will be the last one.
That's right.
Ever.
Exactly.
We'll have to wait till next year to go so we can have a fresh budget.
All right. We'll see you guys. Steve, I'll see you soon maybe. And then Nick, I'll see you when I look at you.
Cool. Talk soon.
See you guys.
See you.
Thank you.